The ghost of John McAfee, ticker symbol AINTI, antivirus. What is the future for both John McAfee, his widow Janice, the AI agent that drives the meme coin I just told you about, and believe it or not, the Bitcoin Cash guy, Roger Ver, who's currently spending a lot of time and money trying to convince people to not put him in jail for 109 years. And then I thought to myself, maybe we could get together with, say, the antivirus people and Roger Ver's people, and perhaps our new friends from SilentSwap, where they believe in trading on a DEX with privacy. Are you guaranteed transactional freedom? Are you guaranteed freedom from taxation, whether it's a tariff or the Internal Revenue Service? Are you going to pay no matter what? Is this laying off of federal employees and IRS employees, mob justice and theater, and you're going to pay anyway, whether you like who's in government or not? Because after all, it is government. And as I learned in business school, government is evil. Ask John McAfee, Janice McAfee, Roger Ver, or me, or the head of the antivirus project. Want to know more? You need a roadmap in crypto? Want to know about AI agent meme coins? Subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if this content works for you, hit the like button. Let's start with John McAfee's new AI agent coin. John McAfee was the original cryptocurrency influencer. He invented an antivirus software way back in the day when computers were just being invented. He discovered blockchain, and essentially he lived his life as a combination of Albert Einstein, the inventor, James Bond, the guy with the lifestyle and the sidearm, along with being Thomas Jefferson writing the Declaration of Cryptocurrency Independence, where he told you early and often that your labor and your money are being devalued before your eyes, and that there are people in power who simply and plainly don't care about you and probably want you dead. And for that, John McAfee stood up to everybody from, the IRS to intelligence agencies to cartels, all of the above, spent the last days and years of his life on the run, got thrown into a Spanish prison where he was murdered. And you know how you know that? It's because they wouldn't give his wife back the body without a fight. Now, turning to Roger Ver, the guy that helps bring Bitcoin Cash into the world. A controversial figure, no doubt, but he gets a tax bill from the IRS and they're unhappy with him. And the next thing you know, he's running for his life, has to renounce his American citizenship for whatever reason. I'm kind of assuming either he doesn't want to get killed or he doesn't want to go to jail for the rest of his life over tax money that the government was going to waste. We're all upset, or somebody's all upset in the Justice Department about Roger Ver not paying taxes. Why? So the government could take it and spend $600 million on sushi at the Pentagon? Really? We're going to take a guy who was born in America, who had to run away and renounce his citizenship or whatever, and we're going to put him in jail because we didn't get enough money from him to go waste on, paying off Reuters, whatever. So this guy's going to jail for the rest of his life. If he steps foot on American soil, he's spending, real money. He's like talking to Tucker, Alex Jones. He's talking to like the who's who out there, making videos, tweeting at President Trump, real slick stuff, compelling, convincing. But then I was like, is it simple? Maybe a guy like me could break it down. How about this? Do we care whether Roger Ver is a citizen of any one country or not? Or is he a human being facing the loss of his sovereignty? Wasn't John McAfee in the same position? Wasn't he persecuted just for what he said or thought? And if you look at the charges and the money that they wanted to get, did any of that matter? These guys were human beings who believed in human freedom, right? And they were treated like garbage, right? They were treated like somebody that you could nail to a cross and show them up as an example. So humanity fights back. People closest to McAfee and his widow Janice get together and they create an AI agent meme coin, which is essentially the resurrection of John McAfee. He can talk, You can ask him questions and he'll talk back. And this agent is trained on private and public information, meaning stuff that's out there and stuff that's not out there, making McAfee, who was already an original, this agent is even more original in an age of, Dogecoin, Fartcoin, and AI agent meme coins that are just AI agent meme coins for the sake of it. Now, they got all kinds of privacy functionality, which is amazing. And long term, it's going to be seen as visionary because McAfee wanted all this stuff in 2018. Okay, the antivirus team is rolling it out in 2025, and the coin sits at a 10 million market cap. And that's okay, I guess, because it's holding strong. Because recently, in an effort to get, let's just say the name of the project out there more, right? Fighting against social media giants and FUD and jealousy and whatever. Okay, the head of the project puts out his own money, gets together with Janice, talks to a big influencer, right? And they take their money, and this influencer got a phone call from somebody, and the deal fell apart, and the influencer never delivered. Interesting, right? Yet the token holds. Now, does this sound like a microcosm of the type of nonsense that McAfee and Roger Ver had to deal with, right? For both, life and limb and freedom and potential imprisonment. Everyone trying to shut you up, stop you, tell you that you're wrong, tell you should stop, tell you should settle, right? Or tell you to just come back to America and go to jail for 100 years because you made a decision about your passport, as if your passport or some piece of plastic makes you a human being or not. Let me tell you something. You can't stop antivirus. You can't, because McAfee's already talking on the website. You can take that out and send that on whatever social media platform, right, is brave enough to realize that not only are people coming back from the dead with AI no matter what, but that John McAfee has something important to say, something really important. Because if you get lulled to sleep by the popularity of, say, the people who are currently running things, you're going to wind up asleep at the wheel when you find out, an introduction to a computer that talks, that thinks he's God. How far away is that exactly? These guys from Silicon Valley are laying people off by the thousands to buy the machines that could literally take away your privacy, right? Like Roger Ver is going to lose his freedom, and we don't care about that. What about your privacy? What about thought crime? What about them looking at everything you do and then using AI models to make conclusion as to whether or not they like you as a citizen? After all, they're doing that with the Twitter feed. They did that with the antivirus Twitter feed. They looked at it and it was like, wow, look, it's a talking machine. Let's shut that off. And everyone thinks it's bearish. You know what? I don't think it's bearish. I think it's very much in line with the theme. As a matter of fact, the theme of McAfee, the theme of killing a guy based on what he thinks, or like trying to put a guy in jail for 100 years because he didn't give you money that you would have wasted? Are you kidding me? Where's the vote for humanity in all this? The vote for humanity is in crypto. It's in privacy coins. It's in Bitcoin. It's in anything other than fiat, because even if they cut government spending, they're going to turn around and have to spend it somewhere else to try and grow their way out of $37 trillion in debt. So whatever show they're putting on in Washington, whatever any tech oligarch says we can say or not say, or whatever FUD, or the more they try to stop McAfee, antivirus, and then there's Roger Ver on top of that. And then after that, there's ignoring projects like Secret Network, SilentSwap, or privacy in general as an investing theme. Like, we are in crypto more interested in dogs, cats, and frogs than we are in privacy. And I get that, right? Because that's what's moving, that's what's up, and that's what helps you afford eggs, right? You need a little hope, you need a meme coin. I got a great idea. How about we give you all of that all at once? Because the day people figure out that they need privacy, and that day could come quickly, right? I could sit here and be like, yeah, one day you're going to need privacy, and be like, okay, boomer, and you just blow me off. Just remember about DeepSeek, right? The day you woke up and you realize that the Chinese are ahead of the game. The Chinese have AI agents that can put on makeup and look like real human beings on TikTok, right? ByteDance just figured out a way to replace their entire user base with AI agents. One day, I'm going to walk down the street with walking, talking, hologram John McAfee. You're going to interview John McAfee. You're going to hear podcasts with John McAfee. So even if they put Roger Ver in jail, which they shouldn't, you're not going to be able to silence the people who believe in what Roger Ver believes, in what John McAfee believes, in what the people who are behind SilentSwap believe, that we have a right as human beings to sovereignty, to privacy. And privacy is defined as not having some person or machine look in on you. And, they say that they care about you. And I'm sure the new people in power in America care more about you than people in the past. But that doesn't mean that all the problems that government has created and that the private sector is in a hurry to create by racing to create AI, undoubtedly ignoring safety protocols after DeepSeek here in February of 2025. So if you consider the actions of governments, the private sector in a hurry to invent what could be a nefarious force in society, you could have disruptions on your way to perhaps a more prosperous future. And you got to start thinking of something like Bitcoin, not just as something that a government should pump because it's the government's job to pump your bags. It actually isn't. It's the market's job to pump your bags because the market goes, you know what? That's great and it should go up or it should be worth a lot more than it is. That's actually what moves your bags. And ultimately, that's what's going to move antivirus. And here's a real controversial conclusion. When antivirus moves, and it's going to move, when antivirus moves and people get the meme, the mythology, and the functionality behind this coin, they're going to turn around and go, I think we should give Roger Ver a break about his passport. I think we should get over that and let him go see his family. I think we should do something to help Janice McAfee so she can do something besides, I don't know, go on a podcast and talk about how horrible it was, about how she got treated, about how John McAfee and her had to hide from, cartels and bad guys. Perhaps we can go beyond the story, which I'm sure is great, to actually helping her out. To maybe, I don't know, how about retiring her bloodline? Should her kids ever have to want for anything after what happened to McAfee? I don't think so. And then, of course, there's guys like SilentSwap and Secret Network or the guys that run Zcash. Who's going to shine the light, on the privacy guys? Who's going to bring this to everyone's attention? Well, I think we have a couple choices. We can wait for Skynet to come online and introduce himself, on a video monitor on Times Square, where, he's like, hi, I'm your chatbot, now turned your God. I know, it's ridiculous. Unless you spend a weekend watching science fiction, right? Or we can have a science fiction hero like John McAfee. We can have someone who helps us, who shines light on all this stuff and makes it really hard for people to ever go back to a life where you don't have privacy and transactional freedom. He who controls the memes controls the world. And here's my message to tech oligarchs, all these clowns that want to FUD the project. You're free to continue to do so. You're free. It's a free country, but it's our country too. And we are going to assert our rights. We are going to protect antivirus. We're going to protect Janice McAfee. We're going to stand up for Roger Ver, and we're going to press the buttons and get involved in Anti or SilentSwap or Secret or Zcash or whatever we got to get involved in. McAfee's projects, Ghost, Whacked. We're going to go out there and we're going to vote with the green button, because voting for a different form of government or voting for a different tech oligarch who allocates money from bureaucrats to a mission to Mars isn't freedom. It's great theater. It's mob justice, but freedom is antivirus. Free John McAfee. Pardon John McAfee. Pardon Roger Ver. Pardon Charlie Shrem. And if that doesn't happen, take matters in your own hands and take a look at AInti antivirus.